Hey guys, so I've got some projects to share. Got some flowers done, and then I also got a whole bunch of things cut out on die cutting machine because I'm doing a project that involves cork, and I had some scraps left over, and you know me, I don't like things to go to waste, so um. Out here. Try not to tear anything. Okay, so I cut out these little Japanese gates. I assume, yeah, Japanese. And this was a die I got from Bonnie, and it came with the Shinkansen and the pagoda and the sushi and rice bowl and the flag, and I'm gonna cut those out too. Oh. And the crane, although I have no clue what all these little parts are. I think that might be the tail. I'm gonna have to cut it out and figure out how it goes, but I didn't think that these shapes would look good in cork, so I only cut out the gate. And then I also cut out the bamboo, and it's just pieces that go like that. So I cut out a lot of bamboo, and I thought it would look cute. So, and I cut out these bunnies. I cut out tons and tons of these little shapes because a lot of the pieces that I had were just small strips of cork that only these would fit on. And there's the pots, I assume for the pot of gold, shamrock, tons of these damn horseshoes, and let's see, what was the other one? A rubber ducky. Trying to find a duck. Where is thou, duck? There's the duck. And I cut out a couple of these stars from this die. Also came from Bonnie. I cut out a whole bunch of tipsy hearts. This is, I'm not going to show you the thick black Sizzix dies because you can't see what's on them anyways on camera. But, this was like called Tipsy Hearts. Or Hearts, Tipsy. And it's just a Sizzix die, and there's 3 different sizes on there. I cut out, did I just cut out one of these? I think this was a Spellbinders. I'm not positive, but, it comes in the graduated sizes. This also came from Bonnie. And I cut out a whole bunch of these banners and, I'm not sure what you'd call these, tags. Also came from Bonnie. I did use 2 dies that I actually bought. They were only $1 each. This is just a regular heart die, like those, I don't know what they call them. Quick cuts that I got from Joann's one time. And then also I cut out a few of these butterflies. Those were cute. And I cut out some postage frames, stamp, combo, Sizzix. This also came from Bonnie. And this one kind of messed up, but occasionally I mess these frames up because I try and utilize every little piece of paper that I have. So what I do is I just take an 1/8 inch hole punch and then punch some half circles into it. Was that all that I cut out? But yeah, there's oodles and oodles of banners, and mainly like these little ones. Yeah. So I am quite happy to have utilized that cork, and I of course will be sharing. I just figured if I had gotten, you know, all this cut out, then I'd use it, because I'm pretty lazy and I don't like to stop to actually do something. If it's not already created, I have a tendency not to mess with it. Alright, and then I got some flowers done, because that took uber long to show. And I'm going to show them rather quickly. Some of the lace came from Shay, some of the lace came from Leslie, some came from a thrift store. Some of the some of the centers came from Shay. Some were ones I made. So, yeah. I'm actually running out of centers. Grab onto it, Chels. That was one I made. The center. These are Brad's. These came from Bonnie, these metal ones. And then once I get done working on this larger project, I'll share that. I've had it out for months, and I had painted the base coat white so that I could paint it another color, and it's just such a big project, and I have a tendency to procrastinate when it comes to bigger projects, but I'm almost, well, I just need to decorate it now. I'm done with the mechanicals part. And these two are basically the same. I had this 7-yard spool of this white lace that I had bought from a thrift store and ended up keeping because the outside of it was slightly gunky, but so I didn't want to gift it. But, you know, I'll still use it. And then I finally tried my hand at making these flowers, and I absolutely love them. This fabric was just cotton scraps that I had bought because I'm that type of person where I will buy tiny bits of anything if you price it cheap enough. So on most of the scraps I didn't have enough to do a full flower, so I just mixed and matched, and I like how it turned out. And I used the circles. I think it's number 2 Sizzix die that Bonnie gave me. It's called Circles. I used the 2-inch circle. I've got some thicker fabric over there that I had pulled out from my scraps bag. Then I'm gonna try and see if it works to make those flowers, but I don't know if it will. I think I'm going to put the fabric away though, instead of trying it, because I'm sewing the actual flowers. I don't mind doing, I don't mind it at all, but actually constructing the flowers, like gluing the ends together and finding a center that fits, it's a big drag for me. I get bored of it real fast, so I think I'm just gonna take a break on it for a while. Maybe find some more flower centers. Drop the flower. This is one of those cheapo plastic rings. Didn't turn out too bad as a flower center. And I will have an ornament tutorial after I finish the board thingy that I'm working on. I had the matchboxes on my table, and I was going to do that next, and then I got sucked back into making flowers. This is has velvet or flocking, sparkly flocking on it. My mother was making tons and tons of these little, those little decorative pillows, I forget what you call them, for her bedroom when she had redid it years ago back at our old house. And she never finished most of the pillows, so she had tons and tons of these triangles of fabric, which I've pretty much used up. I wonder where that flower went. That's odd. Guess I'll show it next video if I find it. Okay, that's all the projects so far. Hey guys, so hopefully the lighting isn't too horrible. It's kind of a big project, so I'm showing it the best I can without holding the camera, which would inevitably make things much worse. I'll try and do a little bit closer up Sonic Chance. Sorry, she's scenting the tripod. She owns it now. I'll try and do a couple close-ups of some things. But anyways, this is something I've been putting off doing for a long time because I don't like to do big projects. I just get bored of them quickly. But I needed to make myself a birthday board to help me remember people's birthdays. And I have most people's birthdays written down in my phone book, but you know, the only time I look in my phone book is if I need to mail something, so it's not often. So, yeah, that's what this is. This was just a pegboard that I found in our garage when we were moving out of our house. So it had to belong to my dad or something, I don't know. And pegboard is just a piece of wood with like styrofoam covering it, and then like a weaved fabric, and it is pretty nasty. So I just covered it with some cork. I had a couple rolls of cork that my mom gave me. And let's see if I can so all of the grid lines were done with 1/8" brown satin ribbon, and I just wrote in the months, and I wish I had the excuse of being drunk while I wrote these in because they were not even close to being centered, but I wasn't. I just naturally don't do things, you know, put things where they're supposed to. So to cover up the large gaping spaces, I put these little paper flowers that I got from Leslie, and I just put a dot of black diamond stickles that came from Bonnie, and the birthday, those were some wooden letters that I got from the thrift store, and I just covered it with a mix of purple and brown glitter. And let's see, those roses in the corner, those are my polymer clay roses, which I have a tutorial on. And the trim, that's a box pleated trim that I got from Leslie, the brown trim. And then there's sparkly brown rickrack that I got from Joann's or somewhere a while ago. I would have liked to have a purple trim going up the box pleated trim, but I only had like a 12-inch piece of purple Chinese braided trim, and that's the only purple trim that I had besides some purple sequin trim. Okay. And then in the corner there, the one on the white and brown one on top, that's a flower that Leslie made. And the purple one below that is a flower that Lisa made. And then the brown, that one, is that horribly confusing? The brown one to the right of the purple flower is one that I made. And then there's one more flower, sorry, up at top there. That's a brown satiny flower that Leslie also made. So, yeah. Sorry, it's trying to read this. So that's the birthday board, and I just typed out the names on my Dymo letter maker and attached them to scrap paper, and I just cut most of a straight pin off so that it formed like a straight pin, and that's what I used to tack the names on. So yeah, I still need to, Johnny, I need to get your birthday, and Lisa too. I need your birthday. Okay, so thank you for watching. What are you doing? Chance says bye.